Hello, welcome to Web of Stories. My name is Melinda, and last week I went through my nonfiction November pile of possibilities TBR. However, I'm not planning to read just nonfiction in November, so I wanted to go over my fiction pile of possibilities that I have kind of set aside here. And this is not probably complete, and I can't guarantee that I will get to all of these, but as I said, this is a pile of possibilities. So let me start with, so every month I try to read an Agatha Christie, and I'm roughly kind of doing it in order of publication. I'll jump back and forth if I want to. But the next Agatha Christie that's on my list after I read the one I have for this month is Murder in Mesopotamia. Now, I've actually seen the adaptation of this, so I kind of know how it ends up. But I've heard that this is a really good one, and I didn't actually like the adaptation that much. So I'm going to see how these two add up. I'm really curious. I do think what I didn't like about the adaptation was adaptation stuff. So I think the mystery itself is probably still going to be really good. So I'm looking forward to reading this, my next Agatha. And then for my marginalized marginalized authors book club, we will be reading in December. Our discussion book will be What Strange Paradise by Omar Akkad. So this is a Canadian, he's Canadian, but he lives in Portland, so he's local author. I've had this book for a while, so I'm always happy when that group chooses books I own, because that means I get a book off the list. So I'm really looking, this is about a refugee. I think there's a refugee raft that sinks and the only survivor is a child. So I am interested. I think this will be a really good discussion book. So this is a definite, I will definitely read this month. Another one that I will definitely read, because I'm doing it as a buddy read with Jennifer at Jennifer Loves Books, is Between Summer's Longing and Winter's End by Leif G.W. Persson. I really don't know anything about this book, except it's like Scandinavian crime fiction. And I am trying to not know anything about it, so I'm not even going to read the back. But I am looking forward to doing a buddy read with Jennifer. We have similar tastes, and so hopefully this one works for us, because it'd be kind of a bummer to do with your first book buddy read with someone and then the book not be any good. So I'm putting a lot of pressure on this book. Okay, my next three books are ones I really do hope that I will get to, and I probably will. But they're all by Indigenous authors, because November is Indigenous Peoples Month. I have a lot of books by Indigenous authors on my shelves, so if I read all these, I have more I can choose from. These are just the ones that I am prioritizing for this month. The first one, and I don't know anything about this, but it looks really interesting, is Split Tooth by Tanya Tagaq. She's a Canadian Inuit. She's Canadian Inuit. That's her tribe. And so this is a Canadian book too. Look at that. I don't know anything about it. I'm trying not to know anything about it, but this has been on my shelf for about a year. I have heard it's good, so we'll give it a try. The next one is I've also had for a while on my shelf, and it's also it's an interconnected short story collection, but has come very highly recommended from both Angelia at Read and Reread and Greg at Supposedly Fun, and that is Night of the Living Res. So I'm really looking forward to this one. I will probably start this after I finish Roman Stories, and then just use this in place of Roman Stories at night. Not put it into my big pile of short stories in the bathroom. But this is probably a definite. And then this next one's probably a definite too. I just ordered this, and I ordered it with the intention to read it during November, so I better read it during November. And that is A Council of Dolls by Mona Susan Power. This book was longlisted, not shortlisted, but longlisted for the National Book Award. It was also edited by my friend's nephew's wife. So I always want to support those books. In fact, my friend's nephew's wife has the books of hers that she's edited that I've read, I've really liked. So I asked my friend to keep me in the loop of the books that she has been editing so that I can get them, because I've enjoyed them so far. And that is A Council of Dolls. I also have one other book that I don't have with me, and I need to look up because I'm not sure of the title. Actually, I am going to do that right now, and I will be right back. I'm back. So the book I do not have, but I will be reading in November because my library book club will be discussing it the first weekend in December, is If I Had Your Face by Frances Cha. I don't know anything about it. I don't have it yet. It's on hold. That's supposed to like come off hold like middle of November, which will give me time to read it and still have it in time for the book club. I am not doing the November book for this book club for two reasons. One, I've read it and hated it. And it's In Order to Live by Yeonmi Park. I have issues with that book, which I'm not going to get into here. I didn't like it. And I would feel bad like going into my book club with like all guns loaded to like totally shoot down this book, because that's probably what would happen. But also my daughter and I have a Girl Scout thing that sort of overlaps with my book club. So I am going to skip November, but in December we'll be doing If I Had Your Face by Frances Cha. So that is my pile of possibilities / TBR not fiction for November 2022. I'd love to know what you're reading, especially any books by Indigenous authors, because I'm always on the lookout for more. And of course, during November, I'll keep you up to date with what I am reading. So thank you very much. Please feel free to join my Discord. I'll be talking more like in real time of what I'm reading in my Discord if you'd like to join me there. It's a great place to have conversations. Give me a like, a subscribe, and thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.